Okay, now let's look at doing some factoring. Now there's a bunch of different factoring techniques, a lot of which are explained in your book in terms of doing some reverse FOIL and doing some factoring of perfect squares and doing all that kind of fun stuff. And this one's just a little bit different, so I want to take a moment to look at that. We actually can't factor the whole thing. We can't factor out in terms of looking at the whole thing into two nice parentheses. So we're going to look at little chunks. We're going to look at this as the first part, and then we're going to look at this as the second part. And we're going to focus on each part like it's an individual problem, and then put them together at the end. So I'm going to look at my 15ab plus 12a and think about what goes into both of those. If I look at the numbers 15 and 12, you'll see that the number 3 will divide in evenly. And if you look at the letters, you see the common letter is A. So if I divide both of these by 3a, or take that out in front, I'm going to get that was a pretty horrible 3, what's left in the parentheses, or what we have left over after we've factored out. Well, 15 divided by 3 is 5, and a divided by a's cancel out, and you're left with a b. Let's look at the second half. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And the a's cancel out, and there's actually nothing left, so we're just going to leave that as 5b plus 4. Let's look at our second part. What can we take out? Well, if I look at the numbers, I see that the number 5 goes into both of them, and there actually are no common letters because we don't have any letters in the second half. So I'm going to take out a positive 5. And I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And I'm going to see that negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. And 5 divided by 5, you want to be sure you don't leave this just as 5 times negative 2. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Now, don't forget about this b hanging up here in the first part. So we have negative 2b plus 1. Now I just want to do a quick note to say if you had decided to take a negative 5 out of the second one, you actually would have been allowed to do that. You just would have gotten a 2b because a negative 5 divided by, or negative 10 divided by a negative 5 is a positive 2, and then a 5 divided by a negative 5 is a negative 1. So what's the right answer? Is it 3a times 5b plus 4 minus 5 times 2b minus 1? Or is it our first one? And the answer is they are what we call algebraically equivalent. They're actually both correct. Algebraically, they do mean the same thing. So it is really what you choose to do with it. If you want to take out a positive 5 or a negative 5 in the second one, it really doesn't matter. Convention says that we do let the first number be positive, so we probably wouldn't take a negative 3 out because we do want what we call the leading coefficient, or the first number in the statement, to be positive. That's what mathematical convention says. But after that, you do have a little bit of leeway in what is considered correct and incorrect. So that takes a look at a little bit of a different factoring method. And the last video we'll look at, we'll take a look at doing some solving.